I thought you might be interested to know a little bit about something that David Williams and I have been developing, aside from the Gary Schocker head joint, which I will demonstrate for you here. But there's another kind of an interesting component. I've always liked old scale flutes, and I've always tended to like to push my head joint in far. And of course you can't always do that, especially if your head joint's been cut, or if you're playing on a modern flute, you'd be horribly sharp. So I was experimenting with different things. First I was experimenting with pulling the foot joint off the flute, and I got a result kind of like this, which I liked, but it felt like something was checking in the sound. So I thought, well, you know, I like it, but it sounds weak. So David said, well, how about if I just stuck a little ring in there? So he made me a ring that I stuck in here, and you can hear it's hugely different, much louder, much more present. It evens out the whole flute, because you know the modern flute scale, they've taken the right hand and they've moved it up so the bottom notes won't be flat, and they move the left hand down. I don't like the modern scale, I like the old scale, but even on an old scale flute I feel like this actually improves the acoustics of my instrument. And then another thing, he said, well, what about if I made such a thing for the head joint? So I thought, well, I don't know, let's see. So here's the head joint just in the body without a ring. Pretty nice. And then here it is with this little ring. I need about this much for this. Hard for me to do this. For this flute head joint. Here there are more partials. Here up at the top especially. Really brilliant with that thing in there. And when I take it out, it still sounds good, but it's not quite as solid. Hear the drop off here at the end of that G? It kind of, there's a loss. There's like a kind of a loss of height. The sound. I like a tall flute sound. Here's with the ring. Here to the very end of the note, you hear that ping. There's no dropping off, so it's a lot less work for my embouchure. I'm deciding whether I want to close the door to the dishwasher room. No, I'm going to leave it. And then, even in like this is a Louis Lott Haynes combo that I like, but this Louis Lott head joint, which is quite gorgeous. Now listen to that with this little additional ring. Now in this case, this head joint goes all the way into this flute regardless of whether there's a ring or not, because it's been cut. So I'm basically just filling that gap at the bottom of the barrel. It actually brings the pitch up a little bit because I'm not working as hard to promote the sound through that little dead zone at the bottom of the barrel. Here it is again without the little ring thing. is with a little ring thing. Ring thing, ping, ding. Here we go. So anyway, curious.